Hello, this is Tony Hiller from RealClimateScience.com. The purpose of Memorial Day is to honor the millions of Americans who suffered and died to protect our freedom. I'm pretty sure they didn't do this to enable the destruction of women's athletics.
Let's go, Ellen!
The biological male at the front of this pack beat the first female contestant by about 3 seconds. Had he run in the boys' competition of the Washington State Championships instead of the girls, he would have lost by about an equal amount. Memorial Day is not supposed to be about elites destroying our freedoms and common sense. Memorial Day is about heroes who sacrificed their lives for the good of our country. But a Google search for Memorial Day doesn't show anything like that. Like with everything else, Google is making it about money, particularly money for themselves. This is a short video discussing what's likely to happen over the next few weeks. Joe Biden is way down in the polls, and the people he represents have to do something drastic in order to keep him in power. Far more drastic, in fact, than what they did 4 years ago.
We have put together the most extensive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.
The intelligence community and Department of Justice interfered with the 2020 election.
Idea of injecting a criminal investigation of one of the candidates' children into the race when there hasn't been any definitive judgment over at the Department of Justice. So I made it clear I wasn't going to discuss criminal cases with him, especially ones that he might have an interest in.
In other words, they covered up the Hunter Biden laptop story and lied about it to the American people. Then, after the election, they framed Donald Trump in order to prevent a proper investigation of what happened.
You can kind of put anyone in jail if you know what to do.
How?
You set them up.
Does the Bureau practice entrapment a lot?
We get really close. We call it a nudge.
A nudge.
A nudge. Sometimes you just got to give them a quick little, just to see what happens. Sometimes you light the fuse and just wait for it to follow. Nothing like putting out a fake social media thing to like really get people mad.
Then on January 6, 2021, a riot was organized which they could blame on President Trump.
False.
Did you have confidential human sources dressed as Trump supporters inside the Capitol on January the 6th prior to the doors being opened?
Again, I had to be very careful.
It should be a no. Can you not tell the American people no? We did not have confidential human sources dressed as Trump supporters positioned inside the Capitol.
Gentleman's time has expired.
You should not read anything into my decision not to share information.
Director Ray,
confidential human
gentleman's
sources.
time has expired.
In other words, there's no way for the public to tell who actually started the violence on January 6, 2021. But the outcome was clear. They successfully blocked a proper investigation of what happened during the November election of 2020. So let's take a look at what the likely plan is for the 2024 election. Elon Musk pointed out that the invasion of illegal aliens into the United States over the last 4 years has a very definitive purpose. According to Elon Musk, the change in population demographics gives the Democrats an extra 20 seats in the House of Representatives and corrupts the Electoral College by an equal amount in favor of the Democrats. This is not a question of illegal voting, rather it's a simple matter of the presence of the illegal aliens affecting the U.S. Census. But that's not going to be enough for Democrats to win the election. Instead of defending our country, Democrats are doing everything they can to keep the American people from voting for the candidate of their choice. They're once again attempting to frame President Trump with a fake show trial in New York. Then, after the predetermined verdict is announced, a lot of people will be very angry. And there's a danger of violence occurring, which President Trump's enemies will of course blame on President Trump's supporters. In order to avoid being framed again, President Trump should take preemptive action. He should be emphasizing over and over again that people should remain calm and that eventually justice will be served. But President Trump faces a dilemma. If he talks about what's likely to happen, the judge will use it against him. The judge has repeatedly made illegal gag orders to prevent President Trump from discussing what's actually going on. It's becoming very clear that the plan of the Democrats is to stimulate anger and violence. This pointless violence can't happen if President Trump's supporters remain calm and avoid gatherings which President Trump's enemies can use against him. Making a martyr out of your political opponent has never been a successful strategy, and it's not going to work for the Democrats either. So the key thing for patriots is to avoid letting another January 6th happen. In World War II, it was fairly clear that the enemy lied outside of the United States. And now it's clear that America's enemies are firmly embedded inside of Washington, D.C. On Memorial Day, we should honor the people who gave their lives to protect our country. And we need to make sure that we can vote out the people in Washington, D.C. who are currently working to destroy the United States of America. The climate scam is only one part of their plan. Toto barks about this a lot at realclimatescience.com.